love. And it's funny because before COVID hit, we started hanging out, not working, like just hanging out. He would come out here and he had this, I still have it in my phone, and as a matter of fact, it's in my phone for today, which is like every like second Friday of the month, he would have his piano bar, like a karaoke piano bar that he co-owns, that would do like a pop-up here in LA. And we went
it's in New York, right?
Here.
Yeah.
In New York, he had Sid Gold's.
Right.
And here they had Gold Diggers. And it was like one night a month. And I started going to it because it was so fun. And I'm not a karaoke person, but we would both like go up and it's so fun. Just like in New York, it's like all professional singers and it's so fun cheering everyone on.
Yeah.
So we were like really hanging out, you know, and
did his death, like, did that kind of, I mean, for us, it's sort of like, at least in the beginning, it like just framed COVID in like a totally different way.
I mean, I still kind of don't believe it. Like, I just don't believe. Yeah, it's very, grief is a funny thing, isn't it? You can't control it. You know, it's like, it's so weird. I haven't cried. And then like 2 weeks later, you're in line at Gelson's and you're like, you know, like it's just, it does its own thing and you have to just let it, you know, but it's so weird. And the show happened, you know, and it's just maddening. Yeah. And it's also, it just happened so quick. He was texting us like, oh, can you believe this? I have COVID. Can you believe it? I'm in the hospital with COVID.
Yeah, put me on a ventilator. Yeah,
it's just wild, you know. To
at that time, you know, and so, you know, in the beginning of it, how
he couldn't get a test, and then he finally found a test, and then he never got they just never sent the results. You know, it's just so early on. Like if it had just happened. Sure. Anyway, I mean, there's not this. It just happened. This is what is. Yeah. But boy, when the play went up, it's just, he is all over it. I bet, yeah. You know, the family came and everything, and it really felt like a celebration of Adam, this show, even though it's about me the year I'm 10. It's just, it's so signature him. So that was nice, but it's frustrating, but you kind of have to let it go because it's not going to change. For sure. For sure. I'm telling you, you know, I mean, obviously.
No, but yeah. So much of like doing this is like, I felt that it's like so not about me as a motherfucker. I believe in the people that I have on, like everyone. I'm like, you guys just like, I believe in this person. Just like check, like you said, you've gotten all these skills over the year and you've picked up on this of all the therapy you've done, but also you are like, I don't want you to take it, but you're like a national treasure. I mean, you are like, right? Like, do you feel like the podcast, do you feel like some of the things you like, is that your fight? Is that you taking the fight to the issue?
Yeah. And by the way, I mean, once I think about it and I try to be kind of not wishy-washy, not weak, but a little zen, a little kind of like, because I try to go, if I hope for change, how could that happen? Does it happen by putting people on the defensive? It definitely doesn't. People can't be open if their, porcupine needles are up.
You got to be, as an artist, like, you got to be bold. You got to not really like give a about how some place lands. You just got to be really honest, right? And in my thing, like, I get this structure that like somebody else wrote, and then I can go as like far as I want. But for you, it's like the comedy of Sarah, like it's yours, right? It's like your
right. I can't go like, well, the writer,
right. Or like, this is just the character that I'm playing, right? So, now in this like kind of political time where people have to be like careful about what they say, you're somebody who said all kinds of shit, and like you've been like punk rock and bold as a motherfucker. But at the same time, you're now also sort of being like, I don't know about like, I think that might be fucked up. I think that might be fucked up, right? And so it's like this.
Sorry.
No, but that's it. I mean, it's like, so how do you square that? Like, how does that gnaw at you? Does that bother you?
I think because I've learned over the years that there doesn't have to be shame in being wrong or being sorry. And so there are a lot of people that cannot say they're sorry. First of all, please, can we stop asking people to apologize? Like, it means nothing.
Right.
Like, apologies mean everything when they come from you. But when it's like, you need to publicly apologize, please don't, unless you're sorry.
That's right.
So I always say, like, do not apologize if you're not sorry, and apologize if you're sorry. Right. It's a very simple rule, you know? Right. And I get such good feelings from realizing I'm wrong and apologizing. And I just think, like, I want other people to have that, because I think, especially with how men in society have been raised, they're terrified. And so I see with all people, but specifically a lot of times with men, is that if they feel shame, they can't express it. It's not an option for them. So the shame, like just the way carbs might convert into sugar, converts into outward rage, outward blame. I mean, you see it with Trump. He's just a really good, a really good example of these things, because it's survival for him to not be wrong. And there's so many people with this pathology. It's very human. Well, the trick is trying to understand it. I mean, they say mindfulness. That's all mindfulness is like being aware of it. Like, oh, I did that thing. I did that thing where I'm defensive. We were talking about drugs. And in my 20s, I did, and it really changed my life forever.
How so?
Because I was in a relationship with this guy, Sam, lovely guy, and he was trying to talk to me about, an issue he had with me, my behavior in our relationship. And my reaction would always be like, forget it, and like leave the room, like just total defensiveness, complete ego. And we took one night and we sat at his kitchen table, his dad's kitchen table, and we started talking about it, and I didn't feel defensive. I didn't make it about me. I heard everything he said, and it was like mind-blowing. And I was able to make those adjustments because they behooved me as much as him. And like waking up the next day wasn't like, oh, that was crazy. It was like I was still there, like, right. Yeah. It's very mind expanding. I mean, it developed in Dallas for couples therapy, and they found that people used it recreationally, so they had to make it illegal. But it was very helpful for me. But there's all sorts of experiences that can do that. But it was mine.
Is there anything that you feel like you regret doing as an artist, or is there anything you feel like you should have gone harder as an artist?
I mean, my knee-jerk reaction is like, I wish there wasn't the most racist version of Blackface of me out there. I mean, that would be awesome. But I can't erase it. The frustrating thing is the episode of television it comes from doesn't exist because the powers that be were like,
There's a thing of you. Okay, I didn't know that.
I had a show called the Sarah Silverman Program, and in it, just like my first special, Jesus is Magic, it's a lot about race, and it's in character. My character's name, unfortunately, is Sarah Silverman, but it's a character of like an ignorant, arrogant, an ignorant person who's incredibly arrogant. And I love those things together. And to me, it was like I could explore so many things and be the one who's the idiot, the in it. And it really, I really enjoyed it. Of course, there's going to be you can't control how people infer the stuff you put out, right?
Sure.
So, of course, there's going to be some what an old boyfriend used to call mouthful of blood laughs, where they're like laughing at the wrong thing in the wrong way. Which is, I think, a big part of Chappelle leaving his show, but which was so brilliant. But, it was, the episode was about me and Alex Desert, who played the waiter at the diner we always went to. And he's Black and I'm Jewish, and we were arguing over who has it worse, which is so timely now.
Right,
it's like this bizarre competition,
sure.
of generational trauma.
For sure.
And everyone on the show, it's very cartoony, are idiots. So of course I'm like, it's like a circle of black with like white. And I'm like, I'm a black person. Then I walk down the street and people are like, you're disgusting. And I'm like, oh my God, it is harder for black people. You know, it's like, it was very, like almost commedia, you know, and then, you know, I come back to apologize to him and he's got like the payas and a yarmulke and a giant nose and a t-shirt that says, I love money, which I put him in. I dressed him in that. The buck stops with me. Right. But of course now there is no context that makes that okay. And I accept that completely. Comedy is not evergreen. I like to think of myself as an ally standing up for all sorts of people. But when I stand up for Jews, all that comes back to me is that picture with this you, this you, this you. And I just feel like going like, it was. It's not now because I live in this world and I understand it. And it was before social media. So it was about race and I knew there was racism and I knew there, you know, so that's what I was interested in and talking about. But